Just when you thought you could turn your back and walk away, the dark cloud of human indignity follows you. You have no choice but to turn and look it in the eye. It's the sex offender hit list.
Down in Georgia, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation arrested a Columbus man for sexually exploiting children on Wednesday. According to the GBI, the agency's Child Exploitation and Computer Crimes Unit made that arrest, charging 23-year-old Gabriel Hicks with 4 counts of sexual exploitation of children. The arrest followed an investigation of Hicks' online activities, described as illicit by the GBI. Agents executed a search warrant of Hicks' home on Wednesday alongside the Muskogee County Sheriff's Office Special Response Team. He was then taken into custody at the Muskogee County Jail. See ya, Muskogee Chomo. Up to Connecticut, where over the course of the past several months, the Fairfield Police Department has pursued an investigation into a case of alleged child sexual abuse material possession, resulting in the arrest of Dontrell Deshawn Rodriguez of Fairfield, Connecticut. This initiated following a cyber tip from the Connecticut State Police Computer Crimes Unit, and the investigation underscores our unwavering commitment to combating child exploitation. Detectives from the Fairfield Police Department Investigative Division diligently pursued leads, executing searches and seizure warrants on file hosting services and internet service providers between December and March of 2024. The evidence collected during these operations identified Dontrell Deshawn Rodriguez as the suspect Chomo in the possession of child sexual abuse materials. Subsequently, both arrest and search warrants were obtained for Rodriguez's person, electronic devices, and residence in Fairfield on March 27th of 24. Dontrell Deshawn Rodriguez was taken into custody, and his electronic devices were secured as additional evidence. He was charged with possession of child sexual abuse material in violation of a bunch of laws here. Rodriguez was held on a $75,000 court-set bond and transported to Bridgeport Superior Court on March 28th. See ya, Chomo. A Georgia mother accused of attempting to kill her daughter's sexual abuser was convicted of murder and other charges after another person was shot and killed in the incident. This is 42-year-old Danielle Harris. She was found guilty of felony murder, aggravated assault, conspiracy to commit aggravated assault, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. Well, on March 31st of 2020, Harris allegedly discovered a video of her daughter, who was just 12 years old at the time, involved in a sexual act with a man later identified as 22-year-old Antonio Harley. Harris reported the information to a DeKalb County police officer of the Police Department Special Victims Unit. The officer told Harris that detectives would contact her and warned her not to let her anger get the best of her. But hours later, Harris drove a large group of people to an apartment complex to confront Harley for the alleged sexual abuse of her daughter. Shoot, I probably would too. And 3 people in the group were armed with handguns. Harris told her daughter to point out which apartment Harley lived in, and then knocked on the front door with the rest of her group behind her. Well, Harley was a little smarter than that. He didn't open the door. Instead, he snuck around to the side of the apartment building to see who was there. Well, Harris seen him and the rest of the group, and they began to chase Harley, but he managed to make it back inside his apartment through the back door. Right after Harley closed the door, one person in the group outside fired their gun, striking Harley in the chest. Harley's brother, who was inside the apartment, shot back as he tried to protect himself and his 5 younger siblings that were inside. Juan Newkirk, a 19-year-old who was part of the group Harris brought to the apartment, was shot and killed in the exchange of gunfire. DeKalb County Superior Court Judge Aisha F. Jackson, who presided over the trial, sentenced Harris to life with the possibility of parole, but plus 5 years. 2 other people involved in the incident were also charged. Harley, who survived his injuries, was later charged with statutory rape, child molestation, and sexual exploitation of children. And his case is still pending. So guaranteed I'm going to dig that one up and put him on the sex offender hit list. And now down to Florida, where a 37-year-old Haitian migrant who stands accused of sexually abusing a girl and having pictures of it on his cell phone appeared in court on Saturday in Broward County. After the 10-year-old girl was in the hospital on Wednesday, police officers told Nevanson Sarazin that they had video evidence of the abuse, and he confessed that he had lost all control around her, the records show. Sarazin, who had a U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement hold, appeared in bond court before Broward Circuit Court Judge Elijah Williams in Fort Lauderdale. Pembroke Park police had arrested him on Friday, and Sarazin was facing 5 counts of sexual assault of a victim under 12 years old, 5 counts of battery, contact with bodily fluids, 5 counts of using or allowing a child to engage in sex, 5 counts of directly promoting sexual performance by a child, and 2 counts of promoting sexual conduct by a child. The girl was allegedly a relative of Sarazin's girlfriend. Williams ordered him not to have any contact whatsoever with her, and Williams first set Sarazin's bond at $540,000, but later denied it completely. Good, way it should be. See ya, Chomo. Now we head over to Missouri. A Lynn Creek man has been charged with several counts of possession of child sexual abuse material. According to court documents, 61-year-old John Clark is charged with 10 counts of possession of such material and 1 count of possession of a controlled substance. On March 1st, the Camden County detectives received reports of child sexual abuse material being stored on a cloud-based storage program. When detectives gained access to that account, they found 245 images of child sexual abuse material. Detectives say when they went to arrest Clark, he resisted by trying to slam the door on the deputy's face. The deputy then forced his way into where Clark was living and ordered Clark to lay on the floor. Clark resisted again, so the deputy forced Clark to the ground after tasing him. It was at this moment the deputy found a phone by Clark that was actively showing the child sexual abuse material as they were struggling. Investigators say Clark was also smoking meth moments before that arrest. During his interview with authorities, Clark admitted to downloading and watching it on his phone. He also said that he had last viewed it 6 months ago, I think he's lying, and had since deleted it from his phone. Clark was in court on Friday and pleaded not guilty and asked for a continuance hearing to obtain counsel. He had another hearing set for April 2nd. Guaranteed I'll be there to find out what happens to this chomo. The police have identified a man who was arrested after a child who recently went missing was found in an apartment where this chomo was staying. The man, Xavier Alejandro Cruz Cavazos, had charges against him upgraded from abandoning and endangering a child to kidnapping. Child abduction. The Sampson Park police say the young girl's family didn't know him. The search for the child started when police responded Friday to a missing persons call at La Juanita Street at the Sampson Bluff Apartments. Xavier, at the time, was staying with the complex with another resident and is not a resident of the complex himself, the park officials said there in a news release on Friday. The child was found after the Sampson Park police received help from officers with the Fort Worth, White Settlement, River Oaks, Westworth Village, and Castleberry ISD police departments. Sampson Park police said the investigation is still ongoing and there are certainly going to be more additional charges. Wow. Vincent James Weigel of Big Tree Road in South Daytona has been arrested on 33 counts of possession of child sexual abuse materials. The Volusia County Sheriff's Office Child Exploitation Unit was alerted to this case by a cyber tip from none other than the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, our heroes. Detectives executed a search warrant, recovered numerous items of evidence, and then Weigel, this chomo here, was arrested at his workplace. Oh yeah, don't you love it? How embarrassing, huh? Yeah, they arrested him at his workplace in Port Orange on a $330,000 bond. See ya, chomo. Alright, next up we've got a special appearance from Judge Stephanie Boyd. This chomo here is up for a revocation hearing for having a Facebook account. We're not sure if he was actually using it, but anyway, here's a backstory for this guy who's an alleged gang member from San Antonio. He was arrested and accused of sexually assaulting a child. Detectives were called December 19th of 2020 when a 15-year-old girl said she had been assaulted. According to the girl, she met Danielle Renee Flores, a 23-year-old, about a year ago when she told him that she was 21. It's a common mistake a lot of younger teens do, is they lie about their age and then they get victimized. But according to court records, the victim claimed that she and Flores started to have consensual sex over the next few months. And she then said that he invited her over to his home on December 19th, but once she was there, he was demanding it and she didn't want it. The victim told police she said no, but he continued to force himself on her. He grabbed her by the hair, shoved her to the ground, and continued to sexually assault her. The victim said that she tried to scream and get away, but Flores is larger and she couldn't. She also said she grabbed her stuff and left, running after the assault, and contemplated not telling the police because Flores is a gang member. Well, she ended up telling the police, and then Flores was arrested and charged with sexual assault of a child. He ended up taking a plea deal and got off easy with a deferred sentence of 10 years, which means no jail time. If he could abide by the probation rules, that is. And of course, he didn't, and so here we are.
Daniel Renee Flores.
Go ahead, Your Honor.
Court is calling 2021 CR 9660, State of Texas versus Daniel Renee Flores. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Zach Dunn for the state, Your Honor.
Defense?
Todd Lesser for Mr. Flores.
Are you Mr. Flores?
Ma'am.
All right. Are you the same Daniel Renee Flores who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2021 CR 9660 for the offense of indecency with the child exposure on June 20th, 2023 for a period of 8 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Your Honor, violated condition number 22A. On or about the 12th day of October, 2023, in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Daniel Renee Flores, did then and there fail to comply with the instructions of the Bexar County Community Supervision and Corrections Department Sex Offender Program in violation, in which the defendant failed to report a Facebook username.
All right, just one moment. Let's go off the record for a moment. The judgment in this case is not correct. So we're going to have the judgment corrected. So that should take us about 10 minutes, maybe.
I was unaware of this.
Oh, no. The judgment that was entered in the record doesn't show this as an indecency.
Oh.
So that needs to be corrected. It won't take that long to get it corrected. So if y'all will have a seat and we'll come right back.
Absolutely, Judge.
Dave. All right, we're back on the record in 2021 CR 9660, State of Texas versus Daniel Renee Flores. Could I have the parties re-announced for the record, please, for the state?
Zach Dunn for the state.
Defense?
Todd Lesser for Mr. Flores.
All right, are you Mr. Flores? Right. So defense, the court is going to show you the order of deferred adjudication and the amended order of deferred adjudication. The amended order reflects the charge that he's on deferred adjudication for. And I want you to review that and state if you'll review that and if there are any objections to that order being entered.
Okay. Pled to that. We have no objections, Your Honor.
So there is no objection to the amended order state?
No objection, Your Honor.
Defense?
None, Your Honor.
Mr. Flores, do you have any objections to the amended order?
No, Your Honor.
All right. All right. So defense has pled true to violation of 22A. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right. And state, are you waiving the other violations?
Yes, Your Honor. And just for specificity's sake, I believe there's two 22As, and we're just having them plead true to the very first one. And then state would waive and abandon all of the others, Your Honor.
Any objection?
None, Your Honor.
All right. Did you understand by pleading true to violation 22A, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of 22A?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find 22A true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor.
And what are you all requesting?
Judge, I understand probation is recommending state ISF cognitive, and we believe that would be appropriate in the situation.
Absolutely.
All right. So what is the issue? Mr. Flores, you want to raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand. State your name for the record.
Daniel Flores.
All right, so what is the issue? Why are you not doing what you're supposed to do?
I had deleted the Facebook, but I didn't deactivate it fully.
Why is that?
I just deleted it like out of my phone because I had deleted it with the probation officer right there, like the whole app with her, and I just didn't go. Like I never went back to deactivate it. I just deleted the app.
So are you saying you deleted the app when? When you were placed on probation or after?
When I was placed on probation, and she had went through my phone and asked me if I had it, and I said yes, I had it, and we had deleted it from there, but I never deactivated it fully.
All right. So the question is there any evidence that he has been using Facebook?
Past that, or what the exact nature of the social media is, Your Honor, the state does not have further information on it.
All right. Probation? Is this your recommendation? All right. And I will tell both parties, I do remember this case, and I know there's some cognitive issues that are going on. All right. The court will deny the motion. Alternate amend conditions for well, here's the thing. Is there a reason we're doing ISF cognitive if the issue is, one, he deleted his deleted his Facebook app with the probation officer. The probation officer showed him how to delete it. He deleted it. And I know with regards to this defendant, I remember this case, there are some cognitive issues going on with him. Why are we doing ISF? Are we doing it for punishment, or is there something else?
Judge, it's my understanding that in relation to the totality of the motion that the state put in front of you, we are pleading true to that one allegation. However, it is kind of it's a punishment, really,
Okay.
Judge.
All right. And you're still under oath. Do you live at home by yourself or with someone else?
I was living with when I got on probation, I was staying with my tia.
So where are you living now? I mean, have you been living with your aunt?
No, man.
Okay, where had you been living?
I was when I was staying with my aunt.
All
But
right.
then there was issues at the house that the probation officer wanted my aunt to do, and she didn't want to do all that, so I started looking for a place, and then that's when I got the ATR.
All right. Because I see in here that there is a placement of Halloween decorations.
Yes, there was my probation officer had said something about that, and it was just a little funky, and I didn't even notice it either.
Okay. All right. Do you have a place to stay?
Right now, no, I do not.
All right. All right, we'll alternate them in for ISF then. And make sure you let them know that you don't have a place to stay so that they can start working on perhaps finding a place for you to stay.
That's the really issue. The place to stay is the really issue because where I live for most of my life, there's a school right behind it.
All right.
With my mom. So when I got on probation, I was at the Haven for over 2 weeks, and then my dad offered to take me in her place, and the probation officer went by and she wanted all this stuff took me down from the house, and my dad just didn't want to go through with it.
So this is what we're going to do. You're going to go to ISF, make sure you let them know and let probation know that you do not have a place to stay. And then what we will do is if things don't work out with probation, you still don't have a place to stay, you can come back to the court and let us know and we'll see what we can do.
Can I
Attorneys will always tell you stop while you're ahead. All right, but if there's an issue, you can come back to this court. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Well, as you can see, he got off pretty easy. And in case you're wondering, what is an ISF in Texas for inmates? Well, it stands for the Intermediate Sanction Facility, which is a program that is presented in a format for those needing cognitive behavioral treatment and is a format for those also needing brief substance abuse treatment. Clients enter the program as an alternative to being violated. The cognitive behavioral program is designed to help offenders deal with mental or emotional issues as well as building life skills. This program takes 90 days to complete. The judge can also order a 30-day extension in some circumstances, meaning that the maximum time anyone can spend in one of those is 120 days. Additionally, once a person is released from ISF, they are generally required to complete an aftercare program as well. Well, Mr. Daniel Rene Flores, we better not see you again, Chomo. I'm going to have to put your face up here on the sex offender hit list. Oh, and we better not catch you on Facebook.
One for a rainbow, one for Amanda.
Who you playing with, sweetie?
Amanda.
Oh, who are you?
I'm Amanda. I'm 6, and I love unicorns.
Sexual predators are seeking kids online.
We don't know Amanda.
When a child experiences trauma, they can be stripped of their ability to imagine. But imagination is colors. All the colors. Imagination is freedom. And whatever you want it to be. But a child without imagination is not a child at all. Will you help defend our right to imagine?